Good afternoon. It's tea time, number 59. Before we steep our tea, let's first boil some fresh, cold tap water. As our water heats up, let's take a look at this afternoon's tea. This afternoon's tea will be Chamomile, Vanilla, and Manuka Honey by Pukka. It is a organic, naturally caffeine-free herbal tea, and there are 20 tea bags to the box. Let's read this tea's description. Flower power. 3 incredible organic jewels. Chamomile, gorgeous flowers in every box. Vanilla, whose orchid flowers are hand-pollinated. Manuka honey, from bees that thrive on Manuka flower power. This tea's brewing instructions show: infuse for up to 15 minutes. Boiling just the water you need helps make every cup of Pukka tea as sustainable as it can be. I'm thinking, let's brew this tea for 7 minutes. Almost half that time. And that should be more than enough. We have our boiling water here. Let's open up this tea box and steep this tea. And we will wait the recommended 7 minutes. Although this tea doesn't say an exact steep time, I took it upon myself to say 7 minutes, which have now passed. Let's try this tea. I'm really enjoying this tea. When I opened up the tea bag originally, all I smelled was licorice, a heavy amount of licorice, and then I looked briefly at the ingredients, and licorice is amongst the ingredients. I now smell mostly just chamomile, with some licorice still, but it is quite a robust chamomile tea, and it has these great flavors in it that aren't super heavy, so I'm impressed by its balance overall. There's such a smooth aftertaste. The flavor almost disappears, but there's still like this warmth, and that must come from some of the sweetness in the tea, even though I have to say, for chamomile teas that I've had in the past, there have been some slight sweet ones, and this is in the same category. This isn't like more sweet than any chamomile or herbal tea that I've had before. So I'm just impressed that they didn't overdo it. Most of the time when I purchase a tea, I expect and prefer that it lays out the exact way that it recommends I have the tea, what temperature, what time, what circumstances. So some sweetness, some chamomile, some licorice, and that's about it. But there is some kind of aura, some ambiance, aroma that exists in this tea that cannot be understated, that should be expressed in my reviews because it's there. And the fact that I keep going back to every sip, this isn't a tea that I'm getting tired of at all. 9.0. That's got to be one of the highest reviews, one of the highest ratings I've ever had for these teas. Can't believe I just said that. But it is what it is. I I think I was imagining myself like in situations sipping this tea. Like what situations could I be in? And I don't know. This tea doesn't really seem like an on-the-go tea. It's not something I would want to sip like on the train on the way to work or during my commute. It would be something that I would have to sit down with and maybe enjoy like a pastry with or something. But overall, such a cool tea. I'm thinking of why also it's not, a 10. And I think it's just because it's not universal in that way. I think this tea does require some calm environment. So it has its limitations. But 9.0, that's a review. I think that's it. Cheers.